This is Let's Talk Chattanooga Real Estate, the podcast where we cover home buying, home selling, home improvement tips and ideas, market trends and developments, and investing in real estate. If you own real estate in the Chattanooga, Tennessee area, or want to own real estate here, then you're in the right place. Let's Talk Chattanooga Real Estate is hosted by Blake Watson, a real estate agent and investor in Tennessee and Georgia.
Welcome to Let's Talk Chattanooga Real Estate. I'm Blake Watson, brokered by Epique Realty and licensed in Tennessee and Georgia. And today I have a very special guest who handles a lot of messy situations. Maybe not that messy, but certainly handles junky situations. It's Isaac Caza. He is the Haul-Away guy, and his company is Haul-Away Guy. Welcome, Isaac.
Hey, thanks, Blake. I appreciate the opportunity to be here on the podcast with you.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear about all of the things that you haul away and how you do that. Tell us about Haul-Away Guy. What is it that your company does?
We're a full-service junk removal and dumpster business. We aim to offer same or next day service. Occasionally, we'll get tied up on a multi-day property cleanout, but typically we can get you same or next day. We offer free, no obligation estimates, and we do our best to donate as much as possible to keep usable items from ending up in the landfill. And then circling back to estimates, we also offer photo estimates. So if you do have some, just loose miscellaneous debris in the corner or somewhere around your house, you can just take pictures, text them to us, and we can get you an estimate that way.
I heard you say dumpster and or clean out. So is there an option for me to clean out my own place and just use your dumpster?
Correct. Yep. So if you're wanting to go at your own pace, say you want to take the weekend and clean out your garage, we'll drop a dumpster for you, and then you can load it at your own convenience. And then we also offer the full service junk removal, and that's where, say you don't want to touch anything, you just want to point out the items in your garage that you want removed. Our team will come in, you point out, hey, I want that appliance or this pile of debris, and we'll do all the loading, all the heavy lifting for you, and you can just sit back and relax.
Wow. So you do this anywhere inside my house. Tell me about outside stuff. What do you do?
Sure. So we do full property cleanouts. We also do brush removal. So whether it's still standing or you already have a brush pile, we'll come in, we'll get it all cleaned up for you. We can cut it down. We have a small mini skid steer. So if you have down trees, we can cut those up, remove them for you. We do curbside pickup, which is really handy for people that live outside of city limits. You can just throw your fall clippings or whatever you have, just throw it on the curb, and our team will come in and pick it up for you.
So you handle that, even if it's like if I just carried it out to the street, you would handle it?
Correct. Yep. Just put it on the curb. You can take a picture. It's super convenient. Text us that picture of what you have on the curb. We'll get you an estimate. We try to reply within usually 20, 30 minutes, and we can get to you usually same day.
Boy, you're on the move.
Yes. Yes.
I'm impressed that you've been able to take the time out to come visit with me.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks for the opportunity.
Let's talk a little bit more about this outside cleanup, because I saw a lot of stuff on your Facebook page where you were taking down like brush and maybe some trees even. I don't know if you were removing trees, but maybe they were down trees. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so we're licensed for junk removal and property cleanups. We don't have the insurance or the licensing or skill to drop trees, but as long as they're on the ground, we'll cut them up, remove them. If you have any branches, like a storm comes through, knock some trees down, we'll get all that cleaned up. If you have a big brush pile, we can get that moved, cleaned up for you. Some of the properties that we clean up, people have created, junk piles in the back of the property, so we'll go in, use our little bobcat, get that cleaned up. Yeah, if you have a big pile of junk, don't be afraid to call. We've seen a lot of things, and we love helping people out, getting their properties cleaned up.
I love it. Don't be afraid to call. That's,
yes.
I'm sure you get people, they're like, oh my goodness, you don't even want to see this mess I've got. But
correct.
Give me maybe a story or two of some people you've worked with.
Well, we've done some pretty significant hoarder cleanouts.
Hoarder cleanout, okay.
And it's amusing what people's opinions or their perception of what a hoarder cleanout is. Because we've done some where it's waist deep in just debris.
Oh, yeah.
And this isn't like boxes and furniture. This is just, trash that needs to be removed. So we've done some really gnarly cleanouts. We've done some large office. We did a 12,000 square foot office cleanout in Cleveland a couple weeks back. That was a multi-day cleanout.
Commercial as well.
Correct. Yep.
Wow.
So they bought the property. They were gutting the whole place. It used to be an old office. So we removed probably 100 desks and all kinds of chairs. None of it was usable, unfortunately, so it all ended up going to the landfill. But yeah, we'll do commercial as well.
You mentioned you try to recycle what you can. Do you sort through stuff and say, this, I've got a place I can take this, I've got a place I can take that? What happens?
So it really depends on the quantity. If it's, this is another good example, we do estate cleanouts. So if there's a lot of usable furniture, we'll donate that. But if it's just one or two things mixed in with a whole lot of junk, typically we don't have the time to sort. If the owners had already pre-sorted and they had piles of usable items, we'll take that, donate it, and then come back for the rest of the debris. But typically, unless you have, like a couch, that's a good example. If you have a couch, we'll try to donate that. But if it's just like a chair or a rug, small things, that's typically just going to go to the dump, unfortunately.
No, I get that. And so whoever the property owner is, if they have a lot of smaller items, it would be great to sort, it sounds like.
Correct.
And then you can handle it from there.
Correct.
If it's sorted.
Yep.
What about some of those exterior cleanups? Have you had anything interesting or story-worthy?
We've done a few. One person, it was a property manager. The tenant was a major Mountain Dew fan. And I don't know how long they'd been there, but by the time we came and did the cleanup, we probably hauled off a few thousand Mountain Dew cans that they'd thrown in their backyard. They were just piled up onto the deck. I didn't even realize how many there were until we started digging into it. And it was incredible how much Mountain Dew they have.
Mountain Dew cans.
Mountain Dew cans. A mountain of them. And with realtors, I see on Facebook a lot, they'll be mentioning how, it's closing day. They go walk the property and the client left junk or debris. And now the realtor's left scrambling, trying to clean it up. They have to put it in their personal vehicle and they try to figure out where to take it. And that's where we come in. We can really make a realtor's life easy because we'll come in, clean that junk up, and then they can focus on the realtor aspect and we'll do, the junk removal for them.
So I need to have you on speed dial for that, right?
Yes. Yes. Give us a call. We will be there.
That's great to know. So you can come and take care of those items. Anybody who moves. It's a fact of life. We think, okay, I've moved all the big stuff. Well, maybe you moved all the furniture or the major furniture.
Correct.
But then it just goes on and on. Anybody knows that's moved more than a couple of times. You're like, that's why I hate moving, because the stuff keeps showing up. But you take care of that.
We do. And we'll do as small as a single item pickup. So if you have an old couch, an appliance, we do single item pickups. We'll also haul off multiple. We do full property cleanouts. So for property managers, for example, we work with a lot of them in the area. Whenever a tenant moves out, we'll go in and we'll clean everything up for them. We'll even go as far as emptying cabinets, refrigerators, or emptying the refrigerator, removing blinds. Anything that's not mounted to the walls, we'll remove for them. That way they can just come in, repaint whatever they need to do, but they have a clean slate.
Very helpful. Very helpful. Do you take construction debris as well, or maybe minor, but I don't know. What do you do?
We do. Yep. So we do limited construction site cleanups. We'll go in there, pick up any old sheetrock they have. We have nail magnets, so we can run them through the area, pick up any nails. So if you have construction debris, we're happy to clean that up for you. It's really helpful for flippers or someone just doing renovations. We'll come in and get everything cleaned up.
Do you have a region that you cover? What's your territory?
Sure. So we go all the way from Ringgold, Chickamauga, all the way up to Soddy Daisy and Cleveland.
Now, you mentioned that you even take things out of cabinets and maybe empty up a refrigerator.
Correct.
And I know that can get gnarly too, especially if that refrigerator's been unplugged.
Yes.
But what's a typical day for you?
Typically, we do a lot of furniture pickups, just garage cleanouts. Recently, this last month, we've done a lot of deck demos. For some reason, everyone wants their deck torn down.
Really?
And we do offer that service. We do light demolition, so decks, sheds, hot tubs. I think we did 4 decks last week, the week before. So we went in and actually tore 4 decks down. So that is a service we offer. It really depends on the time of year. Sometimes we'll get into a lot of brush cleanouts, especially coming into fall. A lot of people will be doing fall trimmings or, they want their brush cleaned up. So we'll do a lot of brush cleanups in the fall, garage cleanouts. It really just varies throughout the year. But it seems like everyone wants to do certain projects at certain times of the year.
Interesting that you said that you even do some light demolition, because like removing the decks, and maybe there's some outbuilding that you just need the whole thing gone. We bought a house that was like that we needed the garage that was a separate outbuilding just totally removed. It was a mess. It was a lot. But you could have done that, it sounds like.
Correct. Yep.
That's cool. So you have so many services. It almost sounds like I need to check with you.
Correct.
If it needs to be gone, I need to check with you first.
Give me a call. Yep. And we see a lot of people too where they'll start a project. We did a 600 square foot deck the other day. The homeowner had started removing the deck boards. They wanted to remove the entire deck. And he quickly realized, I think probably a day in, that this was way more than he wanted to handle. So if you do start a project and you realize this is more than I want to do, give us a call. We'll come in. We'll get it cleaned up. We'll finish it up for you.
No shame is what you're telling me, right?
No shame at all. No shame.
You're like, okay, I see this all the time. No big deal.
No big deal.
We can help you.
Correct.
How about that? How would someone, you mentioned that they can sometimes even just take a photograph and get a quote. Is that the most common way or the quickest quote, I guess?
If it's a smaller project, pictures are easy. When it comes to brush or like a full property clean out, usually we'll actually come out and do an on-site estimate, and those are free as well. So you can call or text us. We have a estimate request form on our website, so you can go on the website, fill that out. It'll come directly to us, and we'll get in contact with you. We have Facebook Messenger. We have a very active Facebook page. I have people reach me on Instagram. We're also on Nextdoor. So any of our social media platforms, if you send us a message, we'll get back to you. Same thing if you call or text. And we get that a lot where people will call around. They don't get calls back. They call us, and we're going to call you back if we don't answer the first time.
Hey, you know, that is such a true statement. So many services and businesses that just don't call back. If they just call back, then we could at least start a discussion, right?
Correct. Yep.
But you're saying you're going to call back.
We will call you back. Yep.
I'm glad I got you, and that's why you are here on the show today.
I appreciate it.
Because you called back. So
yes, that's right.
How would someone contact you if they wanted to talk about having something hauled away?
Sure. So our business cell phone is 423-394-8785. Our website is haulawayguy.com. You can also send us a Facebook message or on Instagram.
Easy to find you, it sounds like.
Correct.
Haul Away Guy. Isaac, is there anything that we have missed?
We recently launched dumpsters, so we have 20 and 23-yard dumpsters. We offer 1 to 14-day rentals. All of them are on our website, so you can select the size you want, the duration. You can pick the day you want it dropped off. We do 2-hour delivery windows, and then you can pay all online, so it's seamless. You sign everything online, so you don't even have to be there. We can just roll up, put in the notes, the delivery notes, where you want the dumpster dropped, and we'll get it to you.
Not only will you come in and do the full service, pick it up, walk away with it, but you also will let me load your dumpster.
Correct.
And you'll come get that dumpster.
Yes.
I like that, especially when you're sorting through stuff. That's the way to go, isn't it?
Correct, especially for like an estate clean out.
Yeah.
If you're having to go through your loved one's belongings, probably a lot of it is usable, and or you could resell it, do an estate sale. But then there is some debris in there, so we can drop that dumpster for you, and you just take your time, choose what you want, what you do and don't want, and we try to make it as easy as possible.
I know estate sales are often associated with losing a loved one, but often it can even be just downsizing.
Correct.
Yep. It really can be downsizing or moving to another city or moving into an assisted living situation.
Yep.
Whatever that change may be can easily create a lot of stuff that needs to be removed.
Yeah, we even go into like assisted living homes or retirement centers. If your loved one bought a new furniture set, they want to get rid of the old one, we'll go in, we'll remove it. There's a local one that's been closed, or they are closing. They're moving locations, so we've been helping a lot of their clients just get rid of their old debris or furniture.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it all. We try to make junk removal as stress-free as possible and make it easy for you.
It's been so good having you on the show today, Isaac.
Hey, thanks for having me, Blake.
You are Isaac Caza, Haul Away Guy.
Yes, sir.
And I'm Blake Watson. My mobile phone is 423-315-1815. And my brokerage office phone is 888-893-3537. You can find me on Facebook and LinkedIn as Blake Watson and on Instagram as Rock and Roll Blake. My website is @homechattanooga.com. And if this podcast has been helpful to you, as it certainly has been to me, well, please share this podcast with a friend and follow this podcast so you won't miss an episode. And until next time, I wish you all the best in your real estate journey.